What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Week 11 in the 2019 NFL season, Chiefs and the Chargers. Now, I want to go ahead and tell you this. It wasn't one of Patty Mahomes' prettiest games, but he was able to get it done regardless. A lot of injuries, Tyreek Hill. Some of you guys in your fantasy teams are very, very upset. Let me know in the comments so I can have a good laugh. Some people were tweeting me that they lost by 0.1 of a point, 0.2. That's hilarious. I know it's not really, like, it's not funny, but it is, though. You know what I'm saying? And we got to, have some kind of joy out of it, because nobody would have thought that that would have happened with Tyreek Hill with the way that he's been playing throughout the season. But I want to touch on a few things. Number one, I'm tired of Phillip Rivers. I think, he has, what is he, like 10 kids now or 9? I don't know what he's doing, but the dude, I don't know if he has any testosterone left. The guy just continuously, it's just too much stuff going on. I really, towards the end of the game, it kind of reminded me of Carson Wentz. Like, throughout the game, he threw 4 interceptions. So, the guy, whatever, he's throwing high passes to 5'10" running backs. Like, this dude is starting to get, he really annoyed me yesterday. I don't know how you Charger fans feel about him, but I really supported Phillip Rivers for a long time, even with his wacky throw motion and things like that. But this is starting to get out of hand. I'm thinking that they should probably move on from him. Like, that's how angry I was, and I had no stake in the game. Like, it was just like very, very frustrating. And like I said, bringing up Carson Wentz against the Patriots yesterday, these guys, when it comes down to crunch time, like the throws he was making, for some reason these guys are throwing it right into the dirt. And these are the reasons why, when you get a good quarterback that can make those plays, which is why Tom Brady, when people think about him, he's lost a lot. He's lost a lot of games, regular season. Obviously, he's won 6 Super Bowls, but the games that he's been clutching, you don't have to worry about those throws being made. And that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for somebody to be able to do that the same way. Like, come out in the fourth quarter and you just know he's going to throw a dot. Like, he's not throwing the ball into the ground and throwing the ball like just completely ridiculously, like nobody can get it. And that's what was really, really frustrating about it. So I'm pretty much done with Phillip Rivers. I don't think they have a shot right now to make. Well, they probably could make the playoffs if they win out and other teams lose. I don't think they're completely. The Chargers are completely out of it yet, based on the numbers. With the way the NFL works, you never know what's going to happen. But just throughout the game itself, just looking at it, I really have to just say I'm done with the guy. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea why he thought that certain passes that he made last night were going to be good. I just don't know what to do anymore. And like I said, it was all fun and well. The guy, like, I understand, like, the guy, he's probably like a really good guy, family man, all that stuff. But I think it's time for him to go and chill with his family a little bit. He got 10 kids, go hang out with them, teach them how to play football, whatever. Just stay away from the NFL game, because this guy right here, bro, I don't know how to really explain and put into words how I was just furious with the stuff he was doing. But again, it is what it is. I think his time is, I think he's finished right now for the Chargers. Charger fans, let me know how you feel about it. Do you think that he's still ready to go? Most of you guys that I've spoken to about him, you guys have always hated him because of the way he's throwing the ball. But regardless of how he throws it, the guy throws for a tremendous amount of yards, and usually he's pretty decent. Now, you might go back to the fact that he had like Antonio Gates, Vincent Jackson, stuff like that in his career to kind of help him out, but he still was able to make those throws. You can't take that from him. I just think that now it's like he's fallen off a cliff, which, like, enough is enough. I can't do it anymore. All right? We're going to get back to him in a second, but we're going to talk about Patrick Mahomes right now. Like I said, we're used to Patrick Mahomes. This is how good Patrick Mahomes is. He threw for like 181. He didn't really do much, but we expect 350 to 450 yards a game from him. Like, that's how good he is. Like, people that had him on their fantasy team, I know a lot of you guys are very upset about it as well, but you got to remember, the Chargers still have a pretty good defense. It's not like I just don't know what happened to them. Like, I thought that they would probably contend to go and do some things this year. I really did. It just didn't work out that way, but I just want to make sure everybody understands they do have a good defense. So it's not like Patrick Mahomes was just, shut down by a bum team. This was a stiff competition that they went up against, and he did what he could, and they came away with the victory. And more than likely, this team will make the playoffs, so they probably won't have to deal with it, in the near future. After I think what is this? This is what is this, week 11? So we'll see how it works out. I got to take a look at their schedule. But playoff time, when it really, really counts, we got to see the players that they're gonna have that they're playing against defensively, because this defense is really, really good. It's a lot of things that went into the reason behind their losses that I know a lot of you guys, the previous year was the kicker, John Halfat. I don't know what the guy's name was. He had a weird name, and he was just kicking the ball like right into the 19th row, and it was just real stupid. This year, it was just a lack. I don't know, man. I can't even really explain. It's a lot of injuries, though. So whether it's the injury bug, you can even go back to like the playoffs when they lost against the Patriots when LaDainian Tomlinson is on the sideline in that big rain jacket. The Chargers have just been plagued with some really, really bad scenarios. And, over the years, we've dealt with a lot of the stuff that has gone on, the bad throws by Phillip Rivers and, certain things outside of that, blaming the offensive coordinator, the coach. It's always something with the Chargers. So I'm pretty much done with them. So right now, with the way the AFC looks, I don't really think that anybody right now, head to head, if they have the Ravens on their schedule, is excited about seeing the Ravens. So I'm still going to stick with that right now. I don't know where you guys are with it, but I do believe that in the AFC, the Ravens are the team to beat. Just right now. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl because anything can happen. Remember, Bill Belichick does things like this. He goes out and then he gets spanked, and then he usually comes back later on in the playoffs and he has a whole different scheme. My issue with this, though, if the Ravens have to play the Patriots, it doesn't matter what scheme you have. You can't really stop that kind of speed that Lamar Jackson has. So just put it like this, right? If they continue to pound the ball and you have the defense guessing and you really don't have a player that can run step for step with Lamar Jackson, it doesn't really matter what the scheme is. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what makes that team so dangerous. And the fact that he's willing to run through the middle with those fat linemen just right there, see, that's the thing that people don't really understand. He's a smart runner because I don't really see him take a lot of big hits, but he's running right through the gaps. These dudes are like 300, 400 pounds. Like, dudes, never seen a sandwich you didn't like. And he's running right through that. Like, that's very, very dangerous. He's such a slim dude. And he's been able to, he's had little nicks over here and there, but he's been a really, really good quarterback. So that's, a lot of you guys have been asking, like, who am I looking at right now? That's the team that I'm looking at that is like really, really scary, okay? When you go to the NFC, I don't know what's going on there. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys, all of a sudden, Dak is throwing the ball for 400-something yards and looking like he doesn't need Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott hasn't really looked good, so I don't expect the Cowboys to do much. The Eagles, like I just said, they lost to the Patriots in the game that they probably could have tied, go into overtime, and beat the Patriots because Tom Brady wasn't having his best day. So I don't trust the Eagles. I don't trust the Rams. The 49ers, they're winning close games. They just had a close one against the Cardinals. But in all honesty, they should have probably blown the Cardinals out. So it's a lot of different things and a lot of different scenarios that are going on. But the one thing that I can tell you that I stated in the beginning of this video is that Phillip Rivers absolutely sucks at this point. You know what's weird, though? The way I was going wild on Matt Ryan and how I had to give him his respect. He's been playing really well over the last couple of games. And also that Falcons defense has been balling. It's like Rivers has taken whatever, that guy had. Like whatever Matty Ice had, now this guy has it. And he's just throwing picks and just doing the wildest things ever. And nobody knows what's going on. You guys might be saying, like, why wouldn't I put the Chiefs there in the AFC? Because the Chiefs defense is not that good. And they've lost games where you guys have seen Patrick Mahomes throw for a gazillion yards because their defense can't stop anything. So I can't really put them anywhere because obviously in the playoffs where the scoring gets a little bit lighter and you need a good defense, the Kansas City Chiefs don't meet that threshold. So they can't be in, like, if you Chief fans want to get mad at me, you can do whatever you want. Leave it in the comments, bro. But look, the defense sucks. So with that being said, I can't put the Chiefs anywhere near it. Any other team, like, okay, New Orleans, NFC New Orleans, of course, the 504 gang. You guys gonna start, 504 this, who that? Okay, yeah, whatever, bro. I don't know, realistically, if they're even gonna make it out of the NFC. And you guys might be saying, what are you talking about, Drew Brees? Bro, listen, I don't know. We gotta wait to see what happens with that. But at this point right now, I really think that right now the AFC is really strong. Either the Ravens or the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. That's my prediction right now. I got to see how everything folds out. Lamar Jackson stays healthy. I think this would be the biggest comeback ever because he went from getting booed in the playoffs last year to possibly winning a Super Bowl this year. It's going to be really, really good to see how it starts. As always, you can download the podcast on the go, GmiasWorld, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other sources. Just search it on Google. Until next time, one love, y'all.